God
Bob,
damn.
you gotta be better.
Fuck,
Yeah, he's
man,
gotta
that
be
was a
better.
great start. I didn't click record. I'm here.
Unbelievable,
Guys,
man.
you missed that one, and that's on Bob. And
Mikey.
we can't bottle that
No,
lightning
no,
back
we're
up.
not
No,
gonna. We're
can't.
not gonna.
We just can't.
no.
We're not
To,
gonna
to recap, we did an intro. Joe took a sip of some kind of cocktail with pineapple in it. I called it out as pineapple. Bob talked about all the people that are sending him bottles of water. Then Joe decides to show a picture of me that I posted for the only subs, making fun of me, which is fine.
I wasn't making fun. I said, speaking of, because you're like, I got a good eye on me.
There it is.
Oh, guy looks like Ray Lewis, dude. Look
I
at
just,
that.
no, here's the thing. It's just that the caption covers your face. So all you can see is your eyes.
Well, no, it's really
the eye of the tiger.
I was trying to draw attention to the hat, really, because it's the Brotherhood hat.
Well, it actually brought up the Bahama blue.
I just like when Mikey puts out the workout vids, to me, Mikey, it's just like the classic Jersey guy in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bob, and in all fairness, I think if we had more of Mikey's physique, I'd be posting more gym videos myself.
No, 100%. I'm saying this is New Jersey.
Yeah, it is.
Like, this is so.
Look at that, bro. Bang.
What is that called? The Spider-Man lift?
This is Jersey, son, man. This is New Jersey. Just that's my equipment for the next 30 minutes. I'm in between the set. Gallon of water.
No. I never bring a gallon of water into the gym. I never bring water into the gym, period.
I don't do the gym.
How bad are those guys, man?
Well, you know what it is like
the Stanley mugs that are like this big.
I was never a gallon of water in the gym guy, and I was never a bag guy. Like, there's guys who bring like the big duffel bags and they carry them around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that either. Like, I never did. Like, to me, all I need is my headphones and my phone. That's it. That's all. I just give me the music. I don't bring a towel. Now, I used to go to a really nice gym where you had a locker and everything like that. So you put your shit in the locker. That's a different story. But like, to carry it onto the gym floor, a lot of gyms, the good gyms, will tell you you're not allowed to bring a bag onto the floor, because they don't want all the clutter around.
Well, I do understand if like people are leaving the gym to like go out or something, and so
some people go to the gym and go right to work.
They go shower and then they get changed. But aside from that, the people who have like the bands and all the different stuff,
I have a big problem with communal showers. Like, I'm just not a big. I don't enjoy like the communal shower.
What
like,
about if it's like an Equinox gym and they have nice?
I mean, Joe, that's a little different. That's
Petey grew up in the communal showers with the hockey.
I mean, Bobby, you're working out. You got to.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying you grew up in that territory.
And that was the same with high school sports. Is different because it's like you're on a team. It's a sport. It feels. I mean, that's a little bit different. I'm talking about like I used to do like I would go to the gym, shower, and then go to work. I never feel as clean as I would if I had went home and showered and got ready for work.
Sure.
Like, I just never feel the same level. And I could have everything, the towel, the deodorant, all the bells and whistles. I just never feel as clean and prepared to go to work as I do if I go home first.
I just, you know what?
It does feel good to shower though after a workout.
Well, I do shower after the workout. I'm saying I don't like to shower in the gym after the workout. It doesn't hit the same way as the home shower is what I'm saying. I need the home shower. You know what I mean?
A lot to say, but when I go to the gym, that's really the one time I don't want to talk to anybody at the gym. I'm very, I like thinking about what I got to do that day, or what's going on. That's like the time where I really don't like to talk. And you have some guys that come in, they'll talk 45 minutes out of the hour.
It's a social. It's a social thing for some of these guys. The only guys that I always will talk to is the older guys. Like, there's like 2 or 3 older guys that work out at the same time as me every day. Dude, they're so nice. They're in like their 70s, 60s, and they're so like, those are the guys I don't mind saying, hey, you know, how you doing and everything like that, because they're just so nice. But like, I'm not there. I don't want to talk to like a guy my age and like make a new friend in the gym. I have no interest in that whatsoever. Just let me get in and out.
The alphas of the gym are the seasoned vet with the back thing. You know, they have it wrapped around their waist.
The back, yeah. Like, I never wore one of those. Maybe. But
Mikey, that might be you, because that's a Jersey thing too.
Yeah.
What is that? What does that do? Is it for lumbar support?
Lumbar, yes.
Lumbar.
Yeah.
Lumbar support.
Joe, I got to tell you, I got to tell you something, and this is just out of pure concern. I saw the video of you today doing overhead military with the dumbbells.
Yeah.
Which is a great exercise.
Oh, I don't know why Nicole posted. My stomach's hanging out.
Stomach aside.
You look slim. I'm like slimmer than fat. I told Bob.
Stomach aside, You're bowing your back, bro. I'm just worried you're gonna
My
fuck your
back
back
hasn't
up.
been in shambles lately. That's why I'm doing
That
it.
concerns me, by the way.
Normally
I'm
I
worried.
don't do that, but I told you a couple episodes ago I'm
Dude.
waking up with back.
Because here's the thing,
Do
Mikey.
those militaries on a seated
Sitting down. Yeah, I know.
bro. So you have
For-
support on your back. I'm concerned about his back.
For
Bob.
him to say that he's got back problems, that back's got to be an excruciating pain for him to
Yes,
say it.
because he's not a complainer.
No, he's not.
Well, not about physical things. About
Correct.
everything else, yes, but not
I
about
complain about inconveniences, but not about
and
actual-
gambling losses.
Mikey,
Well,
you know,
yeah, I mean when they're,
Getting
I mean this
crushed.
tournament has
Getting
been
crushed.
as bad as it can be.
Listen.
Although Bob's been
You're
on the
getting
heater of a
crushed.
lifetime.
Well, good for Bob.
Mikey,
Good
your
for
only
Bob.
subs, for some reason, the ones that I put in from you,
Yeah,
are
you're
the
very
winners.
selective. It's insane.
It's
If
crazy.
it's an under, Bob will hit it every way till Sunday.
I don't really put college basketball unders because
Oh,
it's
but
just
Mikey,
it's too
when,
volatile.
when you put an under, it's my favorite thing. It really is. If
Yeah.
you put an under, I'm riding it.
I like football unders, and everybody hates them, you know. And
Yes.
Barstool always shits on taking unders. That's one thing
They're
I
wrong.
don't. They're dead wrong. And I always say overs for show, unders for a pro when it comes to football. Overs for show,
It's like
unders
golf.
for a pro.
You know, drive for show, putt for dough.
By the way,
it's not-
Yeah.
Big Cat called last night, called us during the stream to show us how much more Dairy Queen they got than us. And
It was a
yeah, he
lot.
flexed.
It was for
It was
an
a lot.
army.
I mean, but like,
They also have a lot of guys.
I mean,
dude,
Mikey,
they have a
you've
lot of
seen
guys,
it.
and their budget is like it's not even they just send them shit. They just
Call them.
like anytime I've streamed with them, bro, the amount of food that they have laid
Well,
out. You
he
guys
goes
were
and
there,
buys.
Bob. You remember the
I
spread that they
think
put out?
Chinese he got-
The spread is insane that they put out.
I think Big Cat pays for it.
He
I think
does, he
since
does.
he's so rich now, I think that's him paying.
He may pay, but I was told a lot of times
Well,
too
no-
that like certain things like what's the chicken?
The Raising Cane's they get for
Raising
free.
Cane's, they just comp
That's
it.
yeah,
It's
that's
sponsored.
them. Let's call him and ask.
Oh god,
What I like calling people now.
I
Mike.
know you
The spread is the spread.
Forwarded to voicemail.
Oh wow, that's you know what it is. It's Saturday morning. He's got his donuts. He's getting his plays ready. He's tough to reach on a Saturday.
Well, it's in Chicago. It's what 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's 9/11. Yeah. Oh Jesus. It's 10/11 right now on the East Coast. So yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
Nothing from Cat.
Yeah, I mean it's still early, but I will say when we went there, Bob, the first night that Italian he got was amazing.
Yeah.
I do like the fact
That's an odd thing to get though, unless you're talking like sandwiches. Are you talking like I would never.
He had
that to me
lasagnas, chicken
sounds like
cutlets.
that to me
He
sounds
had-
like a nightmare.
Oh no, it was unbelievable.
Like
He had
having
pizzas.
having to divvy up pasta out of a container while
There
sitting
was-
on those couches in the stream sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Michael, there
dude.
was so much
They
that
did it
anybody
right.
could take their role.
Good. No, that's good. I mean, the times I've been there, they did Mexican with like burritos, tacos, full spread, the Raising Cane's, Chinese. Like it just
was
never stops,
amazing.
bro.
Mikey.
It never stops.
Mikey, you know what we got a hold of yesterday that I know you'll appreciate this, and Don will have no problem with me sending it to you. We got an early glance into Mr. Jerry.
Oh yeah,
Episode 1. For those
Yeah.
who don't know, Jersey
Yeah.
Jerry's doing a kids show. Like he's legit committing to a kids show. The reason I end up getting it was Jersey Jerry's doing the kids show, like literally doing it for kids, not a bit like he's doing on Barstool for kids. And he posted yesterday a picture of him with a 9mm and a Make America Great Again hat on.
Yeah, a lot of bad.
So I called him and I was like, hey, Don, like, I'm just looking out for you here. I want this show to hit. If this show pops off, parents are going to see you with this picture and then it's done. And he just pauses and like, he just says nothing for like 10 seconds. He just goes, yeah, Bob, I think you're right. He's like,
Did he delete it?
no, he said
You
he's going to
can't-
wipe
you
everything
can't.
before. He said
I
we're still a month
guess.
away. But
He
you
can
can't.
wipe everything he wants, but you can't. You can't. It's
Like,
there.
There's
you-
archives to this shit.
Will you
Forever,
show
bro.
GB? Because like I said, like if I had my nephew in town, I would love to show
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Jerry.
you should have G Baby.
Do you think G Baby would like? Would you show G Baby Mr. Jerry? and
I would
see
have to do a
things?
viewing of the episode prior, like a screening. I'd have
Oh
to
no,
screen the
it's
episode.
kid friendly. It's kid
Yeah,
friendly.
he's doing it legit, Mikey.
That's fine. I would still have to screen the episode.
There's
man.
nothing
I-
bad.
Joe, you could tell me there's nothing bad until you're blue in the face. I would still screen the episode before I showed it to my daughter. I'm sorry. I just would. And all love to Jerry. I talk to Jerry all the time. I love Jerry, but I would still have to screen the episode.
But it's a kids show.
Bob,
But I mean,
Bob, what the Bob? I might as well just talk to this fucking Yoda doll. This Yoda doll has more to say.
But wait, I'm trying to
just
wrap my
need to
head around
screen
this. Are you screening it because you think something bad's gonna
Yeah,
come?
I think he may drop an innuendo or two. I just want to see. I just want to see how crazy he gets. If it's a straight up, he's just doing it as like a goofy kid show. Absolutely, I would let her watch it. And Dominic
kids,
too.
it's time to play.
Say, it's
the song. I mean, I've heard the song. The song's good.
Hey, it's Jerry.
Yeah, dude. But I'm telling you, I told him, it's like, yo, I want to see the show pop off. Like, nobody's a bigger supporter than us. But if this thing pops, there's not a world where the internet's not going to get a hold of it. Parents are going to see him.
Bob, forget about the fucking gun with the Make America hat again. How about the fucking Jerry Fragrance where he has the outline of his dick through his underwear?
100%.
Like there's going to be so many things. There's just so much things out. Like Jerry, I think but I don't think it's going to affect it because I think people who really know who he is, they're going to be like, okay, we know who he is, but we're not going to show that to our kids. Obviously, we're only going to show our kids. And I think it might do well because there's nothing out in that space at all. And, you know, the Barstool brand has been around for so long that you got to figure a lot of people who were with Barstool from the beginning as fans at this point are old enough. They probably do have little kids. So they're going to show it to them and they're going to understand where it comes from.
I agree. I think that's where you get the audience. I think you get it from the Barstool fans who have kids.
Yes.
That's where you get it.
Yes.
I just don't know. Let's give a quick call into the Don.
This guy, he's like,
this guy loves to call, man.
Bro, he's like the new Mike Francesa. He's just taking calls left and right. It's so good.
Well, Mike is taking calls. Bob's making calls.
Yes. We should have a call-in number. We should get a call-in number. I think that would
imagine a segment.
I think that would hit. If we did a 20-minute segment every show where we just had an open phone line and took calls,
people would be roasting us.
So what? I think it would be fucking hysterical, but I don't know how to do it logistically, so. That's a T-bone question. That's a bone
question. Yeah. Another picture that came from last night, the stream, and we'll play it. God. You talk about a guy that was on one that just.
No, you can't shake your head though, Joe.
That just delivered.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. No, you know full well that's happening when you take your teeth out. You know that.
There's a clip. There's a clip, Mikey, of Joe yesterday. He was 100% serious. We ordered Dairy Queen, which, by the way, I've noticed how much older I've gotten because when I wake up the next morning, my body's imploded. Like my body's shot because of the Dairy Queen.
Oh, I ran to the bathroom this morning.
Well, you know what the problem is too is you guys. What time did you eat the Dairy Queen? Like 9 at night.
Yeah, 9:30.
That's a problem. Like if you have like I had that piece of peanut butter pie. I had like a peanut butter pie at dinner last night. Yeah, but it was at like 5 in the afternoon. I ate that.
Oh, you got
know
a
what
lot
I mean?
of time.
So by the time I wake up, like that's 12, 13 hours ago. Like that's done. It's dusted. But you guys are eating fucking blizzards.
I got up this morning. I ran to the bathroom and I rumbled the biggest fart that I have. I mean, it shook the hallway.
I love that.
Will you go to the same bathroom as Nicole, or will you get out to a different one? Because with Now Road there, I'll notice I'll go to a different one.
Oh,
the ensuite.
That's what it's called, Bob. It's an ensuite bathroom. It's the bathroom inside of the bedroom.
That's the master bath.
Yeah.
The master bath.
Called an ensuite?
I think it's a master bath, but it could be an ensuite. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But at this point in my relationship, I mean, she's heard everything. I'm going to the main bathroom.
Bob, you don't
at the beginning, I will say,
okay, I do, but when there's a bathroom with someone so close that's not in the room where she doesn't have to hear it, that I will just go out if I got to drop a bomb.
That's an early makings of just moving in.
I agree.
That's normal.
What do you think the over/under is month-wise in a relationship before you just start ripping heaters in front of you?
Oh, couple months. Maybe.
Me and Showtime have a thing where you've heard it. We audio message our farts.
Yeah,
so
I know
she just got a taste of that. I think that's the fun. If I see an audio message fart is one of the funniest things in the world.
Bob loves the audio.
I do,
and he drops them at the most random times.
If you see a voice note from Bob that's 3 seconds or less,
it's a fart. Yeah, it's a fart. That's a fart. It's a fart.
Yeah.
I've never met someone who finds farts so funny. This guy, you rip a heater, he's in tears.
The funniest part I've ever seen was me and Gutsy were in Sweden, and we were at a wedding, and Switzerland. They weren't.
I'm sorry, Bob.
They weren't selling cocktails at their session, so me and Gutsy were like, let's go get a cocktail. So we went like across the hotel to go to this cocktail.
Real
We're in
nice
this
bar.
proper like fine dining place, and Gutsy's like, I got a fucking heater on me,
Did
dude.
you rip it out, Joe?
Bob's
You let
like,
it go?
rip it. I'm like, dude, what am I? There's
Let it
people in
go.
here.
Who gives
I
a
did.
fuck?
I did.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Joe,
What,
that
did
I
it
don't mind you
smell
going
too, or
to
was it just,
No,
it was just loud?
I have loud farts, but they typically don't stink that much.
You're
Like
so full of
Here he
yourself.
goes,
Shut the
man.
fuck
Here
up,
he
dude.
goes. Here
To
he
sit
goes.
here
this
and
guy,
say-
Mikey, has those.
Oh, I've
SVD.
experienced it.
Bob
I've
has like a
experienced this farts.
turpentine fucking like some kind of sewage inside of his large intestine. It's like a factory that just turns
Yo,
out absolute
I don't-
shit.
I
I
mean,
don't-
like the guy's lunches are just wild. Sometimes when he posts these lunches, he's eating fucking Chinese and sucking down, have a day seltzers. God bless, have a day seltzers. But
Sure.
it's just an odd combo to put with the Chinese at times. Like I just feel like that can't be good for the gassy end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I'm gassy, dude. I am absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you the
gassy.
loudest farter in my household right now. If you had to guess,
G baby.
G baby by a
Yeah.
fucking country mile, bro.
Yeah.
This girl came into bed this morning at 6 a.m. She wakes up almost like 6 a.m. like clockwork every morning. And she asks me to fart. She wants me to fart, but
That's
I can't
awesome.
fart on command. I can't do that. She can, bro. And she'll just be like, and it'll just keep ripping, bro. She rips farts. I'm never the loudest farter in the house by a country mile. Me and Dominic have nothing on her. Nothing.
If you have it close on you, I don't mind. If you do have the video of you farting at the wedding.
Me? I
Yeah.
know you have it, Bob.
I got it deep.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go too deep.
We were ordering
archives.
espresso martinis. We had a little wager on the St. Louis Cardinals that game.
That's sick that you remember that because you're right. It was definitely
and
the
it hit.
Cardinals. Yeah.
I said, Bob, if this hits, I'm getting us another round. And sure enough.
You ready for this, Bruiser? This is
I can't believe you have it on camera. Oh, because he told you he had to go.
Oh, yeah. This is at a really nice place in Switzerland.
We were dressed in the nines, too.
I mean, his smile really tells the whole story there anyway. So it had to be something drastic.
But there's been so many fart gates with Bob where like early on where like we'd be filming Bob to Sports and he'd just look over, he'd rip a fart and he'd try to blame me on it.
That first one was you and you cut
No,
through
it wasn't. Dude.
All right.
Never have. Never.
I mean, at this point.
I'm the kind of guy that I'm going to own up to my own farts. But I know my brew, Michael. When somebody tries
Everybody loves their own brew, Joseph.
This guy yesterday, we get the Dairy Queen, okay? And he's just on one, okay? We get the Dairy Queen. And you ever have the Postmates where like it's like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, but then it goes back to 9?
Yeah.
And that happened. And he gets its Dairy Queen, he gets his Blizzard, and it's a little bit soupy.
A little bit soupy.
And this guy's like,
it was a puddle, Michael.
He goes, this bitch fucked us. And I said, whoa, Joe.
That Blizzard was more like a flurry, huh, Joe?
Oh, it was an absolute atrocity. I had a few bites, I had to put it down. The thing was soup, Mikey. You can't do that. Like, it's like, and I can't blame like the establishment. They put it out there. The woman clearly didn't get the fucking thing there.
Anytime you're having an ice cream or a frozen treat delivered, you're playing with fire right out of the gate. Even if you choose the express delivery, even if you duke the driver an extra fin for like, the delivery tip, you're still at the mercy of whatever could happen. I mean, the car could get caught in traffic. Car could get pulled over. I mean, you're always at the mercy. It's just such a dangerous game.
Unless you pull the Bob, the dry ice play.
Well,
remember that?
Oh wow! Not all of us could do that, Joe. You know what I mean? That's.
I don't even know how he did that.
That was
dry ice.
That's an
inside
exclusive.
The ice
That's an exclusive. When you reach a certain amount of points on the DoorDash, there you get that.
They ought to.
Upgrade.
DoorDash or Postmates ought to start doing something. By the way, they got to do some type of
like a VIP club.
Yeah, it's despicable that they don't have anything. It's crazy.
By the way, I secured not the Eggo waffle sandwich ice cream. Couldn't find it, but Holly did find just the ice cream, the Eggo ice cream. The maple waffle ice cream. Have not tried it yet.
Can you go get it?
No,
I would love. Oh, Mikey, just a bite on the show.
Review.
Just a bite on the show.
It'll be good for viewership, Michael.
Guy always fucking.
It will be good for viewership, though.
Mikey, it's a bite of one bite. It's not a challenge. Just go get the Eggo ice cream, man.
Bob.
When I make him eat.
Try to get him to eat the whole thing.
By the way, I mean, this is crazy. Where is that? This is
Oh,
this is crazy.
I mean, what are we doing? Are we prepping for Mr. America here, Bob? Fitness journey of a life. Look at that. Spider-Man V Eggo.
I
Okay,
saw
here
it, Bob.
we-
I saw it. He's trying to sabotage.
All right, let me see the
I had a
let me see
great
the
workout
packaging.
this morning, man, and I got
Okay.
sabotaged.
Okay, Mike, you
I don't
look
have a
great.
spoon. I got to get a spoon.
Big review. Big review.
Wait, let's just see the box. Let's just see the box.
Well,
not
let
a
him get the
box.
spoon, Bob.
Okay, get the spoon.
Get the spoon.
Get the spoon.
Oh,
Yeah, really nice. It's the Eggo. That looks really, really
buttery
nice.
maple.
She
We
couldn't
need
get there was no blueberry. Obviously, I would have.
that looks
preferred
better than blueberry.
Not to me, it doesn't. Wow, look at that little swirl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really nice.
that's very nice.
I'd like
Go
to
grab
see
a spoon. Go ahead.
go
You can
grab
make
this-
fun of me while I'm gone. Go ahead.
I will tell you what, that chair that he has, Bob, that looks like that's got some lumbar support.
Oh my god.
Bob is you're gonna watch that video 25 times, man.
What a
Bob's gonna watch the video
absolute
25 times in a row.
That is
He can't
Tell
help
you what,
himself.
some nice vascularity running through those house though. Really is. Really is.
holy fuck.
Shout out Astroflave, 10% off all your
Yeah.
supplement needs at
Yeah.
Astroflave. Mikey V10.
And by the way, before Mikey gets into this review, we said, you know what? Let's give the viewers a break for the week. You know, they're going to get the
How about
YouTube
that?
ads.
How about that?
Let's
Yeah,
get
you know
them
what? We took a
no
week
ads.
off of making some extra cheddar for the program,
Sure did.
for the
We
viewership.
did. We did. We said, you know what?
Ad-free show.
Correct. We're
Might be a
blocking.
good
Buckle up.
title, Bob. Might be a
Buck-
good title.
Buckle up for
Yeah.
next week, though. We're
Because
gonna run it
I
back.
think I should go right for that swirl, right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
That looks like syrup. It looks like a maple syrup
Oh,
injection. It looks like an injection. I'm gonna get a healthy spoonful too, obviously.
10,
Oh, as you should.
10:30 a.m. Father of two.
Fuck
for the
you,
brand.
Bob. Fuck
For the
you.
brand.
Whoa!
Looks really good, Mikey.
Walk us through this. I think he likes it.
I do too. He likes it a lot.
Go, bro.
Really?
Is it good?
Too beanie? Too vanilla?
No, no. There's bits of maple flavored fudge coated waffle cone pieces in here.
Oh,
And that's what I just got. I was not
Yeah.
aware of that.
my stars.
Yeah, this is really good.
And
that's,
Mikey,
it. That's it for me, though.
is there
That's
more of that syrup a little under there?
Oh, yeah, we got
Oh,
There
there's
is.
look at
we
the
got
coating.
syrup. We
Yeah.
got syrup injected all the way down. Good
Amazing.
distribution of the syrup. Really
It's
nice.
amazing. How good is ice cream, man?
Ice cream is listen, if you put gun to my head, you can only have one dessert for the rest of all time. It's ice cream. It's
Yeah.
not close. It's not really close.
No. You know what I'm
Bob
kind of
last
out
night-
on? Go ahead,
What?
D.
Well, I was just gonna say last night, Mikey, we're not even finished eating our meal, and Bob's already talking about getting dessert. I've never met someone in my life who is already so into dessert that he has not even finished the meal, and he's already talking about what we could do for the next thing.
Well, I feel like that when we were in Daytona, I felt like I was that guy because you guys were all getting on me because I insisted on getting those ice cream tacos.
Well, what was that place that we went to? That place
I don't know.
was-
They had the ice cream tacos, the homemade,
That's
like
what
if
you
you've had
did
a
there.
Choco Taco, you know what I'm talking about. If you had like the
Oh.
Choco Taco from the ice cream truck, but these were like Choco Tacos on steroids. The best picture ever is the AI of Joey D eating the Choco
The Jesus
Taco.
picture.
That's
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
That's the best picture ever.
I-
If I
I'll
can find it, I'll pop that up because
I-
that is one of the greatest pictures of all time. This kid was in ecstasy eating that thing.
It was
It was
good,
one of the
dude.
better things I've.
It was
talk
delicious.
about
It
the
was delicious.
delivery on that was done well. Like we got it quick. It didn't melt. Like it was it was preserved.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Oh,
this is
my
the original.
Oh, geez. What a bang job, man.
If you are
Hold
listening,
the bomb.
if you are listening on the audio,
Oh.
highly recommend just
Oh.
taking a look there at the YouTube because that is just really spectacular stuff.
that was good.
Oh my
Oh
God.
man,
Really good.
Mikey, we went to my club the other day and yesterday, and Joe, this guy came that he knew Perez.
Did you play?
He was yeah, we played. We had a blast.
right,
It was
right.
a lot of fun. So Joe comes up and we're at the table, and what Joe will do is he doesn't tell anybody. First off, when those veneers come in, it's gonna look great. But Joe doesn't tell
By
anybody.
the way, how long, Joe, to get those things?
Well, the bone grafts they put in, they got to the bone has to grow in. So
what's the time? What's the time frame?
May is when
I
we're
tell you
looking
what,
at
that's a
getting them.
long fucking time, bro.
It's
That's
worth
a
it.
long time. It is. It is. It feels like my kitchen's like, yeah.
Did you see somebody
Just
turn
a
it
happy
into a
sailor. He looks like there,
Did you
man.
see somebody
Yeah.
turned into a field goal post, Bob? Did you see that?
Oh, did they?
That was so bad, man. It's just like, what are we doing here? I gotta get this.
But
This
Mikey,
is really, really
so
bad,
what
man.
he'll
at the
do
club,
with Joe,
sorry, yeah.
we're,
At the
yeah, we're
club.
at the club. Like when you go to eat with Joe and you'll be with people, Joe doesn't give a fuck. So if it was me and I had to take my teeth out, I would make.
They made a field goal post with the football, and they turned it upside down. Look at that, man. They said the field goal's good.
So Mikey, when he goes to eat, like if it were me and I had to take my teeth out, like if I originally had teeth while talking to you, and then I would announce like, "Hey guys, this is gonna look ridiculous. Like I'm just gonna take it out."
Yeah.
Joe won't say anything to anybody, even not even if it's just with us. It's with new people as well. So you'll be talking to him and he'll have teeth, and then he just rips them out and he'll just put his teeth on a napkin. You're always just looking at the teeth at the table. So
I tuck it into a napkin.
not all the time, dude. It was sitting on this table yesterday.
That's because we
during the
were
stream.
at your place. If I'm outside, if I'm in a restaurant, so I ask for an extra
They
napkin.
didn't give you like
and I
they
tuck
didn't
it
give you
in.
like a case, like a retainer case.
Yeah,
like when
but I
you're-
don't. I'm not doing that.
Why not?
I'm not carrying a case around me like a grade school kid who's got braces. I'm not doing that.
I mean, you're worse.
So-
You're an adult without front teeth. You should carry the case around. No? Isn't it easier than putting it in a napkin? Doesn't the napkin?
No,
like-
because then I got to carry the case everywhere.
All right, fair. But
How sick would it be if like he had like the retainer case like on like a key lanyard attached to like his keys? He just
You're sick.
I have
bro.
to say, I was talking to Bob Joe before the show how good of a sport you've been with the teeth situation because you have really thrived under the teeth situation.
Yes.
It's always a hit because everyone fucking loves it. And I think I honestly think you deserve a round of applause for how good of a sport you've been with the
Josh
teeth
Allen
situation.
in the video asked for him to do the teeth thing.
He
You
asked
could
me to
tell,
do
like,
a natural ego. He's like, "Can you do the thing for?" You're like, what am I gonna say? No.
Mike,
No, you have to say, especially after the gift that you sent him. in the
I
group chat, you
had
to
no
do that at
I
the
had
minimum.
no leg
Oh.
to stand on there. I
But
had
Joe
to
is
do it.
like, Joe is literally, I've said this a million times. Joe is like just the fun, wealthy old uncle who like he does the parlor tricks at the parties. Like the little kids are like, Uncle Joe, take your teeth out. Uncle Joe, take your teeth out. And he does it. That's who he is. It really is who he is.
Well, there's two ways to go about something like this when that happens. Is you could try to hide under a rock and try
That's
to
not
like,
your style.
or you get ahead of it and you laugh at yourself. The first thing I did was post it all over my social media.
You're
And then-
controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to.
But by the
Not
way,
with
when
this
you
guy at
posted
the
it
helm.
first on your social media and I made a comment on it, you went ballistic on me, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you did. Because I sent like a million laughing emoji faces because I thought it was hysterical to post and you're like, show a little class, Mikey. This is classless.
I think you reshared it like 3 times.
Well, Joe, it was fucking hysterical. I thought the point of it was to get views and it'd be funny. It was fucking funny.
Hey,
I don't mind.
D, it's all about views nowadays, man. Some
Yeah.
guys,
Clicks,
it's all
clicks,
about
Whatever.
clicks.
Well,
Yeah.
never get to the old clickety click.
Yeah.
But Bob's been worse. He'll be like, "Take a
Oh,
deep
Bob's
breath, take a
terrible.
deep-"
There's no
It's like
question
it's not a
Bob's terrible.
party trick. It's like it's
Kind of
you
is.
know. I can't eat with the retainer in, so whenever I sit down at a table,
Well,
I have to
Mikey,
take them out.
Instead
If
of
you're,
like
if you're the feature elephant in Bob's circus, it's like you just learned a new trick. So he has to show the new trick
yeah.
to the audience.
He is he's the lion, man.
Yeah,
he
I
is
know.
the fucking lion, dude.
He's got
I'm the guy that he
mane.
cuts in half and puts back together.
I do want Bone to play that clip from Joe on the stream, and then Joe makes a joke and starts. When Joe makes a joke, he'll look around the room, and if other people are laughing,
He goes off. It's the best thing ever.
You had 1 bowl of soup, now you got 2, Pop. Focus. Focus.
It's the best thing, bro. There is nothing better than when he tells a joke and thinks it's funny. There's literally there's nothing better.
Oh,
Like
dude.
most of the time it is funny, but like when he thinks it's really funny and people start like actually cracking up about it, he goes nuclear and it's just the greatest
I'll
thing.
tell you what I thought was really funny, Mikey, was what you put up yesterday was one of the funny. I was
The Quasi Bobo.
Are
we gonna talk about Quasi Bobo?
Yeah. The
I mean,
backbreaker.
we were talking. We were talking about first and foremost. I want to get ahead of
Bob
this.
brought it up.
No,
Bob
well, we were
brought it
talking.
up.
No, we were talking about how old do you have to be to go to get a colonoscopy. And I thought you were 60 years old, and Mikey says 40.
Yeah, I think 40 is the age.
It can't be
40.
possibly 40.
Okay.
So we put in the group chat. I'm like, I'll ask Bob, which I don't know why I asked Bob.
That was a wild idea.
And Bob goes, well, at my stage, it's probably already gone. My back's gone. I'm like, what does that have to do with the
my
colonoscopy?
spine? He goes, my spine feels awful. I go, what the fuck does your spine have to do with your colon?
So I know the colonoscopy is not for your back. I'm just saying my spine's already cooked. So like I'm gonna have to do things at an earlier age than most people are gonna have to do.
Okay.
So we got to talking about Bob's back and how he's got a hunch.
Bob brought the hunch up.
Yes.
Bob brought the hunch up.
It's true. I get it. It sucks, but it's
becoming
true.
more prominent.
Now,
And then
I had talked about it on previous episodes, like when I noticed years ago when Bob was over, the first time Bob ever stayed over my house, this was like 5 years ago. And he would walk away from the table with a plate of food and he would kind of sashay like this with his shoulders up. And it was like an old man kind of like shuffle. He does like a little shuffle, like and Bob brought it up. He said, my back is in shambles. I have this hunch. And then obviously things escalated quick.
Well, I called him the Hunchback of Notre Bob, and then you came out with the what did you say?
Quasi Bobo.
And then
you have to watch the YouTube.
It's one of the greatest.
You can't rely on the audio this week. You have to go to YouTube.
It's one of the greatest photos.
I don't know where I got that picture of him either with his hair like that. He was in shambles.
I'm going to be honest, Mikey. That's the first time I saw that. I didn't see that.
I think that was sent on an NFL Sunday and you were clouded up one NFL Sunday just laying on the couch. I think you had I think we're putting the 4 up for fourth quarter. Yeah. I think it was the fourth quarter shot.
The head is the perfect angle.
Oh, that's
Quasi Bobo.
My favorite. I saved it. It's my favorite Photoshop of all time, Michael.
Stuff. I didn't see that. I did not see that yesterday. I mean, I remember the whole conversation. I didn't see that photo get shown in. Yeah.
I was dying, man.
Here we go. Here's the clip of D when he realizes that everybody's laughing.
I love that.
Watch this animal.
Hey, one bowl of soup. Now you got 2, Pop.
It's the greatest. It's the absolute greatest. But just to finish that story, Joe then he's talking and I'm watching this guy and then Joe takes out the teeth and doesn't say anything. So then the guy's talking to him and I see then all of a sudden he doesn't have teeth and the guy just goes, what happened?
He's like, you think I got to ask, what happened? What happened to your teeth?
Because he was talking to him 1 second, they were there and then they were gone and he was just shook. He was just, what happened to your teeth? He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but Bob, in all fairness, when I'm in public with you and talking to other people, Bob will just stare and watch me like I'm some kind of like circus animal. Like I'm talking to this guy, he says he's a wine collector, like he likes wine. And so we start chopping it up about like, I said, well, are you an old world guy, new world? Like what kind of region are you looking at? Like what kind of wines you? So he goes, oh, like I'm Italian. I like a Barolo. I said, oh, so you like a nice, robust, big one. I start talking wine talk, and
he didn't know about Joey Sommelier.
Correct.
He didn't know about that.
Oh, I got my level 1. So like I'm chopping it up with this guy and talking about DRCs, and Bob is absolutely howling on the side. It's like I'm like, Bob, what is so funny?
Talk about like the punt of the wine. That's a term, right, Joe? The punt. Isn't that a term for wine? Punt. Isn't that right? No, that might be level 2. I don't know.
I didn't learn that one, but I do know it. I know enough that I can talk shop.
Yeah,
and I was talking about it, and I was asking like different varietals and like what he likes to drink and stuff. And Bob is just next to me, like trying not to like burst out laughing.
Well, Ticket and Joe are laughing too, because when you think about Joe, I mean, Joe's such a nut. But then he can go and transfer over from cold cuts to all of a sudden be able to talk about all of these wines that there's just, the shift is insane.
Joe has untapped range. He has
Yes.
he has good range. That's and
Thanks, Mikey.
Joe, sometimes you got to spread your wings and fly a little. That's all.
A little.
Let the
Mikey,
guy, let
he
the Hulk
shared
fly.
he shared the Chinese order video from another on his Twitter.
Yes,
from
yes.
another angle.
Another angle. Yeah.
And a pre-discussion where we're talking about what course to have it. And I look over, it pans at you, Mikey, and you're in your penultimate glory,
Yeah,
man. You're so happy.
I was looking forward to that dinner more than, and all due respect, the wedding was beautiful. The wedding was great, but I was so excited for the Chinese dinner because of how much you had hyped up the Chinese experience.
And it lived up.
It did. It lived up to the billing.
I will always give you credit for that, Joe.
It's not on a Google search, but it definitely lived up. It definitely lived up to the billing.
That Google search was fraudulent, but the Chinese food was all right, let's get into our buy or sell of the week. What did you like that you saw? What did you like that you did not see? I'll start quick one. A quick sell. I'm selling I love a good taco, but the most overrated, and I'll take a lot of shit for this.
Yeah, you are.
I think the quality of the taco is so bad. The double tortilla, the little street taco, the double tortilla, small round, the double. There's so many taco stands that give you
where it's two tortilla wraps with the taco.
Small
but
ones.
Those are like the light corn ones, no?
Yeah.
The quality sucks. Every time I get the quality of those, I'd rather have a bigger one of the tacos. I think are so much better than the little
soft or hard. The soft.
The soft ones I'm talking about.
How do you feel about the soft and then with the soft taco and then compressed with the hard shell cheese?
I mean, that's the gordita style.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
You like that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
you got some crunch in between.
Yeah, these trucks do. You think you're gonna get a good taco, and they do these two little double flappers, and it's just not.
It's because they're so small, Bob, that if they only did one, it wouldn't hold the substance. It would.
Yeah, that makes sense. It never hits. It's just not that good. So I'm just selling those.
Can I be honest though? I think that those are pretty authentic ones. Like those small little ones, that's normally what you see on like a classic like taco truck.
Maybe I've been to the wrong spots, but from those ones, it just never seems to hit. I always have liked the bigger tortilla. Maybe you're right about the authentic part. I guess it's just not the right spot. But I just always think, every time I see those, I get excited for taco, and then I see that, and I'm like, I'm out.
No.
Thoughts? Let's head over to Joey D.
I'm selling this week. I don't know if you've seen this guy. He's making a play to steal your Saratoga Springs fucking sponsorship. This morning routine guy, his name's Ashton Hall. I'm not selling his content, the ASMR workouts or whatever it is that he does. Guy wakes up, he's got tape on his face and wiping his face with banana peels. Makes you wonder a little bit about the legitimacy of this stuff that he's doing. But what I'm selling is he had a speech. He was talking about his content in his car, and I actually saw it via KFC Barstool. He was talking about him. And this guy's like, it's so disappointing to me that like I try to be a leader and like come up with my own unique creative content and everybody's copying me and doing stuff like this. So I used to block out these people because if you want to be a leader, then you go ahead and lead. And then he starts comparing himself to how Jesus led, and he's comparing himself to like how he's leading people like Jesus. It's just like, give me a fucking break. This guy, by the way, he's jacked. He would turn me into a fucking like a little juice box and crush me. But
he'd have to get through a couple people before he did that.
But I thank you, Michael. But I will say the guy was a backup.
Big guy.
He was a backup. He'd never even played. Backup football guy. He was riding pine, sitting on the bench. And now, who is he to compare himself to Jesus, leading people?
Did he really compare himself to Jesus, Joe?
Bro, he's like, Jesus led people, so I'm going to lead people too. Yeah. And by the way, he does all this stuff in this fancy apartment that he has.
Yeah.
Like this apparently he's been evicted from this apartment in Brickell, Miami, because he hasn't paid his fucking rent and shit on time. And apparently it's 5'5", apparently, like it's so that's tough.
Is he 5'5"?
He is ripped. But where did you hear the eviction thing? That's interesting. I used to
On
live in-
so KFC put it up on his stuff, and there's all this stuff coming about him now that like he's doing all this stuff from this fancy apartment that he has in Brickell, and he has apparently there's an eviction first notice.
Here's the thing, I don't mind at all. I mean, listen, the guy's in top physical condition. When your whole life is physical fitness and you're able to put in that kind of effort and time and diet and all that, like, good for you, God bless. Like, that's what you do. That's great. My thing is, like, don't ever say that you're angry that people are copying you. This guy hit the fucking lottery with that morning routine. Everybody copying him is the reason that anybody even gives a shit he exists now. So don't. That was your ultimate goal, Joe. If you don't think that was his ultimate goal, was to go uber viral with something like that, you're out of your mind. That's the whole purpose of what he was doing, so he could sell that to somebody else.
How often do you think his morning looks exactly like that? Like, give me a break. That is
the banana peel,
the jazzed up, the tape over his mouth, and like that is jazzed up for sure.
I'll tell you this.
And by the way, those ice water baths, what the fuck are we doing?
By the way, the ice face bath and the ice bucket challenge, this has been around this is not new. I remember doing ice bucket challenge on Facebook fucking 15 years ago when everyone was dumping the bucket of ice on them. So this is not new. This is recycled garbage is what it is. But I'll say this, could his routine look like that every morning? The fact that he looks the way he looks, I could tell you that right now. You can't look like that without being extremely fucking insane about every day what you're doing.
Hey, did you do the ALS ice bucket challenge?
I sure did.
Oh yeah,
on Facebook.
I put
on
the
Facebook.
whole thing.
Yeah, sure did.
I would love
like
to
my
see,
family. Yeah,
I'd love to see the D-man do. I would be. Very, I'd be curious to see that. I really would.
It's an old video.
But
it's in the archives.
that is true. I mean, a lot of the time people will do this like their routine and they make it so ridiculous that it's a bit. To Joe's point, I don't think he's doing it as a bit. But he has to know that like that's going to get picked up and be able to laugh at it. So I mean, to Mikey's point,
100%. But a guy like that may take himself so seriously that maybe, like Joe said, if you're saying in the same breath, even if it's not a direct comparison, and I'm not an ultra religious guy by any means whatsoever, and I'm not bringing religion into it, but if you're bringing in Jesus Christ in a self comparison in the same breath, that's fucking nuts. Like, that's just crazy.
By the way, apparently the people he did with the Saratoga Springs, that blue bottle that Bob drinks.
Yes.
And apparently the search for that, like it went up like 1,000%.
Oh, their stock went through the roof. Yeah. You can't even.
And you know what? You took that away from Bob. Bob was trying to carve out a little piece for the Saratoga. I mean, Bob, you did a lot better than you did. But I will say that, that thing went viral.
It's a crazy
he
shot,
slides
dude.
in. He loves
crazy.
That's like
Bob, the guy's got 5 million, 5 or 6 million people viewing. So
it's like when I sent the picture of the peanut butter pie last night, Bob, and he goes, "That looks tremendous." Let me tell you, bad photo, shitty photo could be better. I called that out on Instagram. I go, I'm the worst food photographer on the earth, which I am.
You got to put that little. You have to get the new iPhone with that little thing that you take on the picture. Yeah. It's like that little flower thing. Hold on. You know what I'm talking about?
No, we don't need to. We don't need to see it. We don't need to see it, Dave.
Or you could go on portrait mode, Michael. It gets a really nice.
I was on portrait mode. Portrait mode, not good for me. But anyway, I'm buying this week. I'm buying.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
I'm going to buy this week. There's an item out there floating around, and for an expected father to be in Joey D here, I'd like to call out and put myself out there to try and get this young man a Lamborghini baby stroller. I saw it out there on the internet a couple weeks ago. Lamborghini is producing a stroller. Now, listen, the price tag is astronomical. We know that. Listen, but there is no baby that deserves to be in that stroller and would hit better in that stroller. And Lamborghini, you want to talk about Saratoga Springs stock going through the roof? If Joey D put little Da in this fucking Lamborghini stroller, this $5,000 Lamborghini stroller,
that's wild.
This baby and Lamborghini would be going. They forget to the moon. They'd be in another fucking galaxy if we could get
Lamborghini Mercy.
You bought the stroller,
thirsty.
I went to the website to buy it for him.
Okay.
And then I saw the price tag, and it's limited stock. You have to put in a bid for it at this point. You can't just go buy it.
We're imploring Lamborghini. If anyone associated with Lamborghini hears this,
correct,
you would be doing yourselves a disservice not to put one of those strollers.
I know a guy from Lamborghini.
Of this man. You do?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to buy one from him, but he's from Newport. He
Oh,
used to
you
work
don't have
for
to buy it, Joe. I have a feeling they're going to put one in your hands.
He used to work for Aston Martin. Bob, when we went to test drive the Aston Martin with Perez,
Yeah.
we went to the place
He
and
is
he let us
right.
test drive
I
the
don't.
Aston
I
Martins.
don't doubt that you
And
drove
now
it to Aston
now
Martin,
he
Joe.
works. I did. Perez did. I didn't want nothing to do with it. But
Right.
he now works for Lamborghini
Yeah,
now.
he didn't want nothing to do
Imagine,
with
Because
it.
I'm worried.
imagine this scenario, Bob. Aston Martin comes knocking at the door. Hey, Joe, listen, we want to put you in an Aston Martin. All you got to do, throw up a couple static posts for us, couple reels. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We're putting you in an Aston Martin. Joe, you're going to say no?
No, of course I would say yes. I'm saying to test drive it. I didn't want to test drive it in case something went wrong. I don't need that. I don't need any situation on my
You're a
hands.
good driver, aren't you?
Yeah, but those things like Perez started ripping it a little bit, like on the Pacific Coast Highway. Like I was like happy to be in the passenger seat to
Gotcha.
experience it. I was just like, I don't need to have any concerns. But now that guy is now with Lamborghini. So maybe we hit him.
Hit him
The
up.
thing that I don't get, like people always talk about with cars, they'll be like, oh, like it goes 0 to 160 in 5 seconds. It's like, if you're driving 160 and you get into an accident, you're going to jail.
You're dying probably. If you
You're
get in an
done.
accident at 160, you're probably disintegrating because
Right.
that's. I mean, if you get in an accident at 40 miles an hour, you could get seriously hurt. Let
Yeah.
alone 104.
And if you hurt somebody else, I mean, you're going to jail. So
Yes.
why would you need to be going 160?
Guys
I
love
never
performance
understood.
vehicles. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
they
I'm
do.
not a big car guy.
Me
so
neither.
I don't know. I'm not a car guy.
All right, wait, Mikey. I thought you had a sell.
Yeah, I thought about it, Bob, but I really don't want to get into it about Deion
Okay.
Sanders in Colorado. it's.
Oh, I was looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Listen,
I was too.
I was gonna sell the fact that Deion got made the 4th highest coach in the country, and I'm not selling it because of Deion. Good for Deion. I think he robbed Colorado blind. I mean, this guy's been there for 2 years. He hasn't been to a conference championship game. Now, I already had a guy on Twitter who I like the guy. He's a nice guy, so I don't want to say anything. But he's like, well, Mike, they were in a 5-way tie, and it was a tiebreaker. The reason they didn't get to the conference championship game. They did. The bottom line is he hasn't won the Big 12. Conference stinks. Big 12 is not good anymore. Oklahoma and Texas aren't in it. It's not good. Big 12 stinks. He hasn't won the Big 12. He hasn't played in the Big 12 championship game. His son, who is his bread and butter, and the Heisman Trophy winner, who is his bread and butter, Travis Hunter, are not going to be there next year. So I expect Colorado to regress, even though they're getting the quarterback from Liberty. I think he's not that good. But they're just he's the 4th highest paid coach in the country. He hasn't won anything. But it doesn't matter because I get why he got paid, because Colorado enrollment is up. They got TV deals. They're making more money than they've ever made because of the Deion Sanders brand. He's getting paid based on his brand, not on merit. That's fine. Good for him. But I'm selling it in the fact that if you're looking at it from a performance-based thing, the performance isn't there to back up the paycheck, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
That I agree with, because what I was going to say is the amount of money that he is bringing in for them, that now they're on all these big stages and stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, but yes, I do get that.
solely from coaching merit in terms of what have you. I mean, 12-team playoff. How long are we going to go without the 4th highest paid coach in the country making the 12-team playoff? It's an expanded field.
That's tough, man.
He better make it within the next 3 years, or the people are going to get a little tired of prime time.
Yeah,
Colorado,
I do. With know what, with Shador being gone now, Travis Hunter being gone, just like you said, I am curious to see what he could do now and what he could bring in. If he does have these top recruiting classes,
he's gonna bring in the recruit. Listen, his brand alone is powerful enough to draw people in. There's no question, but you still have to. Just because he could recruit and get there doesn't make him a good game planning coach. He was one of the greatest players, probably top 10 greatest players in NFL history, maybe at his position, the best ever at corner. But like, that doesn't mean he's automatically going to be this great coach in the terms of being a coach. It doesn't mean, that doesn't translate necessarily.
He has a lot of hype around him.
And I get why. His personality, he's extremely, he's a likable guy. He's out there. He's got a ton of swag. Like, I get it. And I get why he got paid. I'm just saying, I'm selling the fact that it's just not a merit based. It's his brand.
No, I get
brand
it.
He brings. So.
I don't disagree. I at all. I bet against Colorado the last 2 years. I think that I think that they were way over.
Joe faded Colorado almost every game.
They beat TCU that first year, and everybody declared them like they were new kids on the block. And by the way, TCU turned out to be dog shit that year because they lost all their team, half their team after the championship.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Without further ado, I thought you were going to go into that a little bit there, Michael.
Yeah, I was going to lay off, but you brought it up, so fuck them.
Okay,
I do like Deion though. I do like Deion.
top 5 coming up. Joey D's on a tear right now, top 5 wise.
Yeah.
Joey D with another. I definitely came in. I got fucking rocked on the last one. I don't think we need to check that. Mikey V came in second. This week's top 5 is going to be top 5 states. Not much more to it, really. Just your opinion. Top 5 states. D-Man, where would you like to go out of the gate?
So I've thought about this, and I think I'm gonna go third. So I think I'm gonna go third, and I'll leave Mikey to go first.
Yeah, I'll go one.
Okay, Michael, take it
Now
away.
I have a quick question.
Now I before you ask the question, I'm trying to process in my brain what this question could possibly be, because
But it's so
it's
clear.
a definitive. You just name a state. There's not going to be any way the committee could reject it, because if it's a United States state, it's an acceptable answer. So I'm wondering what this could possibly be.
I am too.
That being said, Joe, go ahead and let me know what the question is.
The question is for the committee: if someone gives a state that they've never been to, what are they basing that state?
It's a terrible question. It's
terrible.
terrible.
Why is it terrible?
It's
Because I know Bob's gonna go like Hawaii or something like that, and he's never been to Hawaii. And how can you say that Hawaii is the best state if you've never been there to experience it, Mikey? That's all I'm asking.
I think that's allowable, because I mean, like, look, you just go based off of what you've seen and what you heard. If you haven't been there, in my opinion, it's fair game.
I don't think I've been to 15 states. I don't think I can finish.
You travel for a lot.
I probably have been to 15 states. I'm just saying
100%.
in general. By the way, there was a couple times in this list where I put a city down 2 times. So I put a city down.
See, I would have. I hope those don't get edited out. You should have just went with that. That would have been so good.
Michael's got first. I got second. D-Man with the terrible question. That
Everyone,
it's not a terrible question. It's a very valid question.
Everybody's gonna rip me for this that doesn't live here.
I know.
Everybody's gonna, but there's no way. There's just no way that I can't go with my home garden state at number 1. I mean, I'm a loyal dog to the state of New Jersey. I always will be. I love it.
New Jersey.
In terms of what New Jersey has to offer, you got the beaches, you got the mountains, you got the close to the city. It's got everything you want, everything you need. People are tremendous. New Jersey, to me.
I respect you sticking to your roots, Michael. You're not going to get I'm
not going to attest.
I'm not going to attest to that. You know me with Jersey. I mean, no problem with that. So give me New York.
All right.
Peter.
I'm going to go with Florida.
Wow. Petey's come a long way.
The Florida heat, not so hot anymore, boy?
He has come a long way.
All right, Joseph.
I just think with the golf here, and like, everything you got here, you'd be remiss. And then I thought Bob would go Hawaii. I'm going to take Hawaii too.
Joey
Hawaii is just, if you've never been to Hawaii, let me tell you something. It is sensational. It is so special. Bob, when you go there, you're going to come back. It's like a rejuvenation after you go there and like experience. It's just, it's special, man.
There's a few states out there that just probably don't need, like, you could just say the name and people know full package of what you're going to get. Hawaii is one of those states. If you just say Hawaii, people know.
It's so good, man. Bob, you got to get out there. It's so good. I know he really wants it. I want to hear his honest, because Bob, sometimes when he travels, like, he's either all in on something or he's not in at all. I feel like Hawaii, he would be so in. And I want to hear his review more than anything.
Been dying to go. I really have. I really do want to go. I want to do the golf there. I want to do the barefoot thing on the golf. I want to do the sushi. I want to try the spam, the wasubi. I want to do it all. I may take some shit for this just because there are spots like it has gone downhill. But the fact that you could play golf in the sun and then be skiing in the same day is nuts. It's an amazing state. I will take California with my second.
That's a good one.
And
I will say California, when we first moved there, Bob, when we were in LA, it was unbelievable.
It was.
And now it's just deteriorated crazy.
It has, but you got to think too, like that's LA. You got Orange County, which is amazing.
Yeah.
You got all these great spots to California, like that's amazing. What's it called? Where does everybody go for Coachella? We've been there multiple Palm
They got
Springs,
San
all that.
Francisco,
Yeah,
Napa Valley. I mean, they got a
correct.
lot.
So
They
much.
got a lot. Yeah.
This state, I'm gonna take this state. It was beautiful when I went there. It really was. I'm not into the ski culture, but I could see why people love it there. And every time someone brings it up, everyone's like, "Oh, it's the best." I really did think it was beautiful. Colorado, I would take
Yeah.
Colorado at number 2. It was beautiful. I might get shit for this one, but I don't care. I'm gonna take it. The Lone Star State. Give me Texas.
What's wrong with that?
Texas. No, I don't know. I just feel like, people have opinions, but I'm going to take Texas.
That would have been my
Texas is
pick.
fun.
Yeah, I would have picked that for sure. Okay, give me North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Any reason why, Bob, or you just
Pinehurst is awesome. I loved Pinehurst. I love Pinehurst.
I will say North Carolina is very pretty. It's a very, very pretty state.
Chucky, shout out Chucky. Chucky took us around Raleigh. We had a blast. I liked
was
North
very
Carolina
nice,
a
yeah.
lot.
I'm gonna go with Massachusetts. I think
it's a good pick.
I think Nantucket is one of my favorite places to go. Boston, from a city, whether you like their sports teams or not, it's a great city. The food is really good.
City.
It's an awesome spot. And quite frankly, I always look forward to going there. So I'm going to go Massachusetts. And then I am going to go with my next pick. I'm going to go with, this is tough. This is the deal breaker here. I'm between a couple. I'm going to go with, give me, fuck, man. I don't know. I have two that are on the tip of my tongue, and I think it's the make or break it. I'm going to go with Oregon as my next pick. Oregon is fucking beautiful, man. I'm telling you this right now. If you want a place, it was between Oregon and Arizona, and I'm telling you, I think Oregon is the pick. Hey, listen, you guys can look as much as you want. I'm on.
I didn't say a word.
Oh, you were doing the eyes. You were doing the eyes, like
I was.
Yes, he was.
It was like a story all over again, Bob. It was like I was watching the story again.
There he goes. There he goes.
Right here, Bob. Right here. I honestly, have you been to Oregon before?
I have not been to Oregon.
It's absolutely beautiful, man.
Can't
it's
say
a
that I have.
wonderful spot. Bob, how great was Bandon, by the way? I mean, unreal.
But I mean, yeah. All right.
It's a beautiful Pacific
I believe
Northwest.
it. Yeah, Pacific Northwest.
It's a tremendous place to live. Okay, Bob, you're up. Unbelievable, man.
You said Colorado, right, Mikey?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
You did.
D-man.
Guys, man.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Give me Arizona.
Yeah, that was the other one I thought. That's a good pick. The only reason I didn't do it though is because it is pretty arid as like a state. Like, I mean, it's just like a desert, and it's, if you're living there, like there's a lot of cool shit to do in Scottsdale, and the golf's good, but like I can't imagine living there year round.
Big part is Scottsdale. When I think Arizona, I think Scottsdale.
I'm gonna go back to back. Heart of the Midwest is what it is. Have to do it. Chicago, Illinois. Illinois is my number 4 because of the city of Chicago. I think Chicago is. You want to talk top cities? You want to talk Boston, New York? I think Chicago can hang with them. I think Chicago could possibly beat them. I love
Chicago's
the city of Chicago.
great.
I love
just so
Chicago.
cold.
Yeah. I mean,
and the summer's really hot.
Yes. And then if I don't
And the
take
Bears.
it, the Bears. Yeah, the Bears. The great state, the Buckeye state of Ohio. I will take Ohio in the 5-hole. People will rip that. I get why people hate Ohio if you don't like, the teams, but I have to take Ohio out of principle. I'll take Ohio at 5.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Utah at 5.
Utah. Give me 2.
F5. All right, Mikey, if you go ahead and fire them.
Joe has another pick.
My apologies, D.
You better apologize to that guy. You don't want to hear none of that shit. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I mean, I've been winning so much. The guy's trying to keep me off of last pick now, I guess. All right. I'm going to do one for the state of this podcast. And I think that I've never been there, but I think that they deserve a shout out. They've been mentioned multiple times on this podcast. And you know what? We've said that we want to
In
go
a negative
Bob,
way or a
now
good
Bob
way?
is against this place very much so. And
Oh, there goes your list. It's
I'm
done.
going with Maine as my last state.
Yeah,
The
Maine.
great state of Maine.
Yeah,
You know
shout
what?
out Maine lobster.
They never hated on anybody. They've been welcoming. They've been
We've
loving.
been talking about
Yeah.
that trip for 4 years.
We've been
boys.
talking about Maine for a long time.
We'll
whether
get
or
there
not it'll
one
ever
day.
happen.
We'll get
You know,
there.
Mikey, we might just have to embark on it ourselves.
That's
at
it.
some
Hey,
point.
listen,
We might have to just do it ourselves.
Green
but I
Bay,
think,
Wisconsin awaits. I can't believe you didn't take Wisconsin, Joe. The people in Wisconsin are hurting right now. They thought you were
Tough
a
day
loyal
for the
Wisconsin.
cheese
so,
curd.
well, the
Yes.
reason is Wisconsin. I actually really like Wisconsin. We're going to be there in a month, Mikey, and we're gonna have a great time. But it gets so cold. It's so fucking cold.
Yeah,
and it's just like I don't know if I could live in a really really cold place like that anymore. Like I just don't know. I don't have it in me.
Paul Swan ain't happy. Paul
Why is that
Swan,
gonna-
but he lives
Oh,
and
wow,
dies
yeah,
off
fucking loves.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, when this
Oh, I
guy
thought
goes
he
to
was a
Wisconsin,
Minnesota
man.
guy.
No, he's a
No,
Wisconsin
he
guy.
loves
Big.
Wisconsin, big cheese curd guy.
Okay,
Big.
Mikey, if you could read off the list, please, sir.
Here's a state that didn't get mentioned that I'm surprised. I thought out of strictly because of Las Vegas, I thought somebody was going to take Nevada, just because
Yeah.
of Vegas. But anyway, I went first. I got Jersey, Colorado, Texas, Illinois, Ohio. Bob's got New York, California, North Carolina, Arizona, Utah. Joe has very tropical start for Joe. Florida, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Oregon, and Maine.
Yeah, I rounded it out at the end there.
You did. You
Okay.
did. It's diverse. It's diverse.
I don't know who's gonna win this. I have no idea.
Just who knows? Who knows?
If we were smart, we would have looked at the demographics of where we have the most people following,
cheating.
and then
It's cheating.
it's just research.
No,
Thank you.
because you want to go with what you like, not where.
Well, that's
the
what I
most
did. I mean, I
followers
took
are.
Maine. I took
Yeah.
Maine. We
No,
might have
that's a good
5
pick.
followers.
It's a good
in all
pick.
of
I mean,
Maine.
I took fucking Ohio. I mean, people are not going to like that.
Appreciate you sticking to the Jersey roots too at one, Michael. That was very
I
commendable.
had to, Bob. There's no way I'm going off that. No way.
All right, our ad-free show for the fellas, for the
Wow.
folks. Now, obviously, we can't promise that moving
Oh,
forward, but
no.
we wanted to say, you know what? Let's block off ads for one show. They're going to get the YouTube ads, so there's still ads, but those types of reading ads, we said, you know what? Let's block those off. That has been another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. We will see you next time. Take care.